My grandmother always said, the reggae people know why they love her. They know why they would spend time listening to her. And she'd always tell them, she doesn't have, she's not that rich, she doesn't have all the money, but she's very wise, she's young, and she knows how to feel and connect with the people.
Yes.
And my mother and my grandmother always said that is the biggest blessing you have. And share it with people.
Yeah.
Because like I said, where we come from, we don't get people who connect with us. We're always seen as outsiders. No one really shows us that we care or we matter. Nobody really takes our issues to heart. And nobody's really fighting for us.
And that's what you want to do now.
Yes.
The aspirations you hold now are huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Tell me about that, your political aspirations.
I understand the the enormous responsibility that's been placed on me, and for me, it was either now or never. It was either now or never, and this was the right time for me to do it, because first of all, we have a huge youth crisis in Dagoretti South. The issue of youth unemployment is huge, but we fail to understand what is youth unemployment. Have we come down to the youth and really had a chat with them, really communicated with them and understood what issues they're facing? What do the youth like doing? What do the youth love doing? Our youth are into sports and art. Two of the most biggest income generating activities all over the world, but not in this country. Why? Because we've consistently ignored that part about the youth. Why don't we empower young people? Why don't we open up those spaces for them and create more platforms for them? The youth want to play football.
Yeah.
Why can't we put in policies to stop land grabbing? Why can't we protect the pitches that are there? Why can't we, refurbish our pitches? Yeah. Why can't we find sponsors for these teams? We have formidable community teams. We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
And if we get sponsors, those young guys can get paid and they can do what they love. Not everybody can be a doctor, not everybody can be an engineer. And even those who want to be doctors and engineers, they deserve an opportunity and a platform as well. Innovators. Are we thinking about that? Yeah.
Actually, some of the most recognized innovators, the ones that you just find on page 10 of the newspaper, come from the slum areas.
Exactly.
And they've been fitted in New York.
Yeah.
And you're like, what story is this? How come it's not making headlines?
Yeah,
How come it's not trending?
Yeah, because we're not giving them the platforms and we're not empowering them.
Yes.
But what we are doing, we're disempowering the youth, and we're frustrating them so they become more depressed. And then we keep on wondering, why are the youth into crime? Why are the youth into alcohol? If you're not refurbishing the pitches, if you're not creating studios, if you're not creating hubs where they can come and create, content is king right now. If you're not creating platforms for our youth to take advantage of these opportunities of social media, which is employing so many people, but instead we build and enlarge our police stations, we're getting it wrong. If we are not looking into how we're disbursing the bursaries because of nepotism, that our mothers cannot go to the CDF office if they don't know someone. You gotta know someone to know someone to know someone to get that bursary. Every child deserves an opportunity to an education. Every child.
Yeah.
I am a product of an opportunity. Every child in our community deserves that opportunity. Every child. And if we're talking about business development, have we gone down to our mama mbogas and sat down and had a chat with them? Have we sat down and realized what challenges they're facing? Are we talking about how Kanjo is always taxing them? Kanjo is after their biasharas,
Yeah.
Are we talking about that? Are we thinking about how they're heavily taxed?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
There's a lot.
There's so much. You come to the Dagoretti South, we've had an issue of water, persistent water shortages. Like, I can't tell you the last time million Maji Kanjo. And if you don't have a borehole, what does that mean for our neighbors who have to buy water? If Mtungi is going for 20 bob, do your math, 20 times 7, that's 1,400. And if you're using maybe 10 Mtungis per day, that's 200. 200 times 7, 1,400. So are you going to buy water Are you going to buy food? And for the women and girls, are you going to buy pads?
My God. So that's what you want to come in and
Right.
just put in order.
Yes.
You want to bring order back. Basically,
Yes.
that's it.
I do.
Yeah.
And I want to change the lives of my community positively. And I also want to go in there and legislate bills. Excuse me. I want to go in there and legislate bills.
Yeah.
And my main agenda is healthcare reforms in this country. I've gone through this system and I know what ails our healthcare system. Privatization of our healthcare facilities, of our healthcare institutions is the biggest problem we're facing in this country. We must empower public institutions. We must.
Yeah.
We must go back to empowering a public healthcare system.
Yeah.
We must.
Man, I see you in it.
Yeah.
Like you, who better than someone who has gone through hundreds of doctors
Yeah.
and misdiagnosis,
Right.
and you had to seek treatment outside.
Yeah.
And that skill can easily, it's cheaper to bring that skill here, even if for a year, pay for them to come.
Yeah, and doctors, our doctors can get trained. But the government is not training doctors.
No.
No. No. And reproductive
just-
health care for women
My God.
is a forgotten issue.
Yeah.
Is a forgotten issue. Look at this. Let me give you the numbers.
Yeah.
Children nowadays, as young as 9, are starting to menstruate. You have girls starting to menstruate at the ages of 9.
Oh, okay.
So from 9 past 45, which is, you know, menopausal age, at 45 a woman, you know, many women start experiencing menopause at that
Yeah.
age. But then studies have also shown that endometriosis is not a menopausal thing. It doesn't end with menopause. So that means that if a child is battling endometriosis from the ages of 9 past 45, how many millions are those? Look at that demographic. It's huge. And the statistics state that 1 in 10 women are battling endometriosis. Now, those statistics are from the West. We haven't done our own
Imagine
statistics.
here.
I believe,
It's more.
through my experience, I think it's 4 out of 10. This means that the government must really change in terms of how we're funding our public institutions and healthcare system. And I don't understand sometimes because of IMF and the Bretton Woods institutions in terms of privatization of our public institutions to pay debt. That is where the catch is. And it really makes me sad for African countries and African nations, because sometimes when, you know, all this time we've been told about loans and aid and stuff, I think it should have been more about trade, never about aid. Yeah.
Because with trade, then we are fighting on equal ground. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
equal
we have-
actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's equal ground.
Yes.
Yeah, but I give you money. I give it to you for free.
True.
I'll take away because you can't pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
We should have started with this. No, but the other one also is.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.